Generals and Admirals, welcome back to Total War Wednesday, and welcome back to the American Experience. Today, we'll be officially starting Episode 3, The American War of Independence. In 1775, a storm is brewing in America following the end of the French and Indian Wars. Many people in the 13 colonies are increasingly incensed by the British laws, and new taxes are being imposed from London, and seditionist talk of revolution is no longer a whisper. Discontent is widespread, but it is not until a morning in April 1775 that talk becomes warfare. In Lexington, a group of British soldiers opened fire on local militiamen. This skirmish, the Battle of Lexington and Concord, saw the first shots fired in a conflict that would split families, divide friends, and tear apart an empire. And so the fight for the American freedom has truly begun. Until the British are removed from the 13 colonies, Americans shall never know true freedom. If the British Army is to be driven out, the Americans will need help. Allying yourself with the enemies of the British could provide the experienced troops required to remove them from America once and for all. So with that, my dear commanders, let us begin the American War of Independence with Part 1.
Britain won its war against the French, but it was we, the American people, who bore the cost. Our treatment at the hands of the British fueled fires of discontent that spread quickly through the colonies. In Boston, a group of men dressed as Indians boarded British ships and threw a cargo of tea into the harbor. Across America, talk of rebellion became commonplace, and despite several attempts to negotiate, our demands fell on deaf ears. It was this constant refusal to accept a new order in the colonies that would be the spark which lit the fuse of revolution. And so, I find myself here, watching with pride as my fellow Americans tear down the tyranny of the British. We fight for freedom, a driving force stronger than the word of any general. We will need this strength in the battles to come. The British will not easily relinquish their control over our home. The fight will be hard, but the rewards are boundless.
Right away, sir!
The war for independence has begun, and the fate of the city of Boston lies in the balance. Your men are entrenched on Bunker Hill, with the British preparing to mount a determined assault. You must hold the hill and drive off the British at all costs. Your artillery are key to the outcome of the battle, and will likely come under severe pressure from the British Army. Use them wisely. Expect the British to mount a full frontal assault for the hill, but watch out for a flank attack from cavalry and light infantry. Use the terrain and buildings to your advantage, and Boston will surely be ours.
shatter the British Army. And we have a victory. And we shall end the battle. A close victory.
While the war rages on, the members of the Continental Congress gather to sign our Declaration of Independence, the founding document of our great nation. A nation where the principles of freedom and equality are upheld by just and honorable men. This war will not be an easy one. Lives will be lost and families torn apart. But this is the price of independence. As I march, I think of my men and the sacrifice some are about to make. We are outnumbered and undersupplied, and yet we march. We march for our beliefs, for our families, for our freedom.
Following your glorious victory at Bunker Hill, the British have evacuated Boston. The city is now under your control. Your army in Boston now contains troops that are battle-hardened and buoyed by their success. However, the rest of the British Army outnumbers us on both land and at sea, and is well supplied and disciplined. If the people of America are to be free, its fledgling army must find a way to overcome these odds. Perhaps Britain's oldest adversary, France, can be persuaded to balance the odds.
And we shall begin part 1 of the American experience of the American Revolution, started now.
What do you require of me?
We'll grab Paul Revere here, our famous Paul Revere, the one that made the famous midnight ride that warned that the British were coming. And we'll send him to New Haven.
Moving. Aha, a place of learning and culture.
And since we already got the plug bayonet and carbines, we'll be doing common land enclosures.
Yes, sir.
We'll grab Washington. And moving back to Boston.
Forward, march!
From here in Boston,
Ship shape and Bristol fashion, Captain.
we'll grab John Jones, sail him to the ports in Providence,
Come about. Ready and waiting.
we'll construct some peasant farms, Construct a shipyard. Construct an opera house. We'll recruit some militiamen. We'll grab the army here, and we'll attack William Howe.
And to the slaughter!
It looks like Howe wants to fight, and we shall give him a fight. Let's begin our deployment. We'll end our deployment and let the battle begin. And we have a victory. We shall end the battle. And we have a heroic victory.
Strength and honor! Forward! For crown and country!
And we have a trait gained for General George Washington, Confident General. This man has a basic understanding of the arts of war. This is the result of victory in battle and can be improved by further victories. This trait may be lost if this general is defeated in battle.
Yes?
But we'll continue to grab Washington. We'll send a small force back to Boston.
Immediately! Make ready.
First objective will be Falmouth, Maine.
Warren! They are trapped!
I'll do battle. Let's begin the battle. victory yet again. And we shall end the battle. And we have another heroic victory.
Sound the call to battle!
And we have another trait gain for General George Washington, mentioned in dispatches. +1 to morale in battles. This man, every military act is reported on with approval. Victory in a notable battle or two brings fame in its wake. These good reports can soon be overturned by failure in battle. And whoever region captured, Maine. Well, with the capture of Maine, we're going to repair the magistrate. And bring some infrastructure. We'll construct some iron mines as well. And we shall end our turn. And the Spanish request an audience. They demand a trade agreement and a military alliance, but they offer a trade agreement, military access for 5 turns, a military alliance, and a single payment of 1,000 coin to us, the Americans. Of course, we're going to accept. Thank you, Spain. And they have agreed. The 13 colonies in Spain are now allies. And we've had an enemy raid reported in Eastport. Another enemy raid in Burnswick. But we have a building constructed, Peasant Farms, in Cape Cod. And we have a recruitment report. We have 2 units of militiamen, or I'm sorry, Minutemen, out of the Confederation of New England. With that, we're going to grab the army here in Falmouth. And we're going to push this British army out of Brunswick.
Prepare the troops for battle. March!
We'll just auto-resolve this one.
Victory is ours.
And we have victory.
Forward, march!
Obviously, we're prepared to school. But we're going to grab the army here. Now I'm going to send this small force up to Fort Nashkoa, Acadia. I think. Let's see what this Henry Clinton's going to do. Actually, we'll hold. We'll train them in.
Hello?
We'll grab Richard Steele here. Send them up here.
Facts are my currency. Going to ground.
Back up here in Boston. We'll recruit some more militiamen, or Minutemen, and some dragoons. Construct some infrastructure. Actually, we'll cancel that. Cooperative diplomacy. We'll hit up France. We'll request an alliance. Send a proposal. And unfortunately, France is not ready to commit yet. What about the United Provinces? Since we can't do anything with them, we'll nix that. And we'll just end our turn. And the British decided to siege Boston. We shall meet them. Let the battle begin. Here they come, lad. Flank him from the left. Alright boys, get online, get online, get online. My sinister's folding. fourth here is stubborn. The 12th here doesn't know when to give up. Oh, now the 4th is broken? But we have a victory. We shall end the battle. And we have a heroic victory. And we've had an enemy raid on Caribou Mines. Our port in Providence is blockaded by the British. But we have a building constructed, a shipyard, out of Plymouth. We have a workers' strike in Maine. But we have a trait gain for John Hancock, stallholder. +1 to happiness, middle classes. +1 to management for treasury administration. Realizing the potential of his country's goods and resources is the road to wealth and prosperity for all. This man has developed his nation's trade network. This character trait can't be lost, only improved. And we have a recruitment report out of the Confederation of New England. We have a unit of militiamen and a unit of dragoons. And with Boston spared and held. We're going to be recruiting some more Minutemen.
How can I help?
We'll take Richard Steele here. And we'll try to take out Oliver Fox. We have a 31% chance of doing so. We shall attempt.
Bullet or a knife? Choices, choices. Anything else? Awaiting instructions.
And we have an assassination success against Oliver Fox. With that, where can we send Richard Steele off to next? We'll send him towards Albany.
The night is my friend. waiting for further orders.
With the army here. And Brunswick still being, Brunswick still being retrained. To save Falmouth from falling. We'll move the army back.
Forward! March!
A unit of Hessians. Interesting. But back here in Boston, we're going to construct a fur market. And we'll end our turn. And we have had an enemy raid on Brunswick. Once again. We have a construction report, an opera house in Boston Confederation of New England, and cobbled roads out of Falmouth, Maine. Recruitment report. We have 2 units of Minutemen out of Confederation of New England. Trade increase and ancillaries gained. For John Adams, harsh reputation. -1 happiness to lower classes. +1 to management for justice administration. And again to John Adams. Well-connected mistress. +1 to management for the Treasury Administration, and +1 to management for Justice Administration. Unfortunately, we can't do anything right now for the ports here in Plymouth, or in Portsmouth. We'll come back up here to Boston. Retrain the men. Recruit some more dragoons. Come up here to Falmouth. We'll grab the army here. We'll kick them out of Brunswick.
Raise the flags! Forward!
We shall meet them on the field. Keep the infantry in the center. Place our 18-pounders here on top of this hill, give them a line of sight advantage. We'll put our 12-pounder howitzers here on this slight rise. Keep these 2 units of provisional cavalry here on the right wing. And 2 units of provisional cavalry here on my left wing. And dragoons I'll keep in the center. Washington, I'll place right here. Send the deployment and let the battle begin.
Orders!
I believe we're both out of artillery range. But they got 12-pounders. Focus on the militia coming up. Cavalry will deal with them. Hessians. Cavalry on the left. Move the dragoons to support the artillery. Howitzers, focus on the infantry on the right. pretty much need a cavalry for this battle. Hey, 12 pounders, look to your right. Goodbye. No more friendly fucking. No more friendly fucking. And we have another victory. And we shone the battle. And yet we have another heroic victory.
Virtue and valor unconquered. Citizens, march!
And of course we'll repair to school again. What I'm gonna do is send this detachment up to Fort Nashka in Acadia.
Waiting for your orders.
With the army here, I'll send them back to Falmouth.
By the left. Ready. March! March!
And we'll retrain the men. And we'll end our turn. But first,
Your orders?
we'll send our rake. Oh, we can't assassinate captains and generals, unfortunately. That's okay. We'll send our rake here to Philadelphia. And we have a 78% chance. Actually, we'll send Mr. Steele to Albany, as intended. And there's an 88% chance of infiltration.
Investigating target.
And Richard Steele was successful in infiltrating Albany. And now we'll end our turn. And some news. an alliance has been broken. Great Britain and United Provinces. And we have a technological advance. Common land enclosures. And I'll read this off for us. The appropriation of community land is an effective way for the landed classes to increase their wealth. Social laws remove the rights of the lower social classes to graze their animals on common land. It is now legally someone's private property, and fenced in as such. Farming does become more efficient as a result because subsistence farming is replaced by cash crops, and there is more food grown. This is of little consequence to the common people, who have been disposed of their ancient rights. They cannot feed themselves anymore from their own small holdings and herds which grazed on the commons. It must be wages offered by the new landlords. In England, the landowners sitting in Parliament were not backwards in passing many enclosure acts for their own benefit in the 18th century. Enormous parcels of land were effectively stolen from the common working people and incorporated into private estates. The effect was to empty the landscape of unwanted laborers who were forced into the new mill towns and rapidly industrializing cities, swapping rural poverty for urban squalor. Poor laws did little to alleviate poverty, other than making sure that the poor moved on to starve somewhere else. And not to get into anything controversial, but nothing has really changed since then, has it? Has it? No. But we have a successful mission still for Richard Steele. We have a trait gain for Thomas Jefferson, harsh reputation. -1 to happiness, lower classes. +1 to management for justice administration. He believes the punishment should fit the crime and be an example to other would-be wrongdoers. This man has dealt sternly with unrest amongst the populace. This character trait can't be lost, only increased. And war has been declared between Spain and Great Britain. A recruitment report, we have 2 units of dragoons out of the Confederation of New England. We have a trait gain for Paul Revere, Factory Master. Research points per turn for Industrial Technologies 1. Where there is muck, there's brass. Aye, and knowledge too, for a practical man. This scholar has practical engineering bent to his studies. This ability can't be lost, only improved. Congratulations, Paul Revere. We have a trait gain for Paul Revere once again, Gentleman Scientist. Research points per turn for Industrial Technologies 1. This man funds his own experiments, studying for the love of learning as much as the end result. This man has carried out technological research for the good of his nation. And once again, this trait can't be lost, only improved. And once again, we have an insular gained for Paul Revere. Polymath of the Spheres. Research points per turn for Enlightenment Technologies 2. Research points per turn for Industrial Technologies -2. My main study is a matter vital to our prosperity. Sir, I speak of nothing less than the safe enlargement of trouser mice. This man's work may not be as useful in all fields of endeavor as he maintains. But under the research, we'll be doing improved animal husbandry next. And here we'll raise attendant farms. We'll construct a cannon foundry. We'll come back up here. And we'll take Fort Nashka, Acadia.
Raise the flag!
We'll be gentlemen about it and demand their surrender. They refuse surrender. Well, then we shall assault. Let the battle begin. Where are these Hessians and this militia going? And we have a victory. But you know what? We'll continue the battle.
Cavalry!
And a decisive victory.
Proud and victorious. Prepare the troops for battle.
And we have a region captured, Acadia. And with the capture, we'll go ahead and repair the governor's palace. And we'll retrain the men. And construct some peasant farms. We'll exempt the region from tax for the time being. And we'll exempt this region from tax for the time being. We'll lower the tax rate for the middle class. And we'll lower the tax rate for the lower class. And we'll end our turn. And we have an agent recruited, Benjamin Banneker, gentleman of Acadia. This man has been recruited by your nation as an agent. He is available for immediate assignment. A gentleman is an educated man who can be sent to an educational buildings to speed up research. He can also duel with rakes and other gentlemen. And Richard Steele still has a successful mission and still has not been detected. And we have a building constructed, a fur market, up in Mosup Trapper Post, Confederation of New England. And we have peasant farms out of Nova Scotia farmland, Acadia. We'll grab Benjamin here and move him down south.
What further service can I render?
Back here in Nova Scotia, we'll continue to retrain the men. We'll raise some militia and Falmouth. And back here in Boston, we'll recruit some more dragoons. We will not be doing that. And since Acadia is good and green, we'll unexempt them from tax. We'll keep the middle class and lower class tax rate low, but we'll keep Maine untaxed for the moment. The best policy, my generals, is to keep all your new holdings in green. Yellow is somewhat not recommendable because that's, caution. But as long as it's not in red, or you get overthrown, it's all good. But my dear commanders, with 2 provinces captured, this will be the end of part 1, at the beginning of the American experience for the American Revolution. Join me next Wednesday as we continue liberating the colonies from the English. And I believe our next objective will be Albany, New York, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania will be our next 2 cities to capture. But with that, my dear lords, I will see you next Wednesday. You guys take care of yourselves out there. Stay healthy, both in body and in mind, please. And I will see you guys next time. Later.